How would you like an indicator which can predict market turning points with reasonable certainty and give you a risk to reward of 1 to 4? That's risking 1% with 4% return and an above 50% chance of doing that, that's awesome. I certainly would like that indicator. So today we're going to look at the RSI breakout strategy by Expert Forex. Hi guys, I'm David, and on this channel I like to look at other people's strategies and see if I can in fact trade them in a profitable way. Sometimes they're too complex and I just can't do it. Other times they turn out to be really profitable. But first, Expert Forex. Expert Forex is a YouTube channel. They have a ridiculous number of videos, like over 1,000. It's been on here a long time. It's a company basically selling his EAs. That's where he makes his money. On this channel, he provides a lot of information on how to trade EAs in a safe way, to build portfolios of EAs, and basically make money using EAs. It's a lot of useful information. You do not need to buy his EAs to use. You can use it with any EAs, which is really cool. Glad he provides that for free, to be honest. He has a lot of information on manual trading strategies on the higher time frames, so chumps like me don't have to spend all our time looking at the lower time frames. We can basically trade the 4-hour and the daily so that we can have a life. On his channel as well, he has provided videos and links to a whole bunch of free indicators. I strongly recommend you check them out. There's a link in the description if you're interested in free indicators. The RSI trendline breakout strategy is one of his favorite tools, one of his favorite strategies. It usually goes on the higher time frames, the 1 hour, the 4 hour, or the daily. It is quite a profitable and easy to use strategy, I've found. So I recommend you do some research and look into it a bit more. But first, the rules. Basically, you take the RSI with a period of 4. The RSI must start in the overbought position and go to the oversold. Then it must form a few peaks and troughs in a descending pattern. You draw a trend line from the overbought peak across the top of the lower peaks, and when the RSI breaches the trend line, that is your signal to go long. Obviously, for short, you do the other direction. So the stop loss goes below the recent low. Take profit, well, that is up to you somewhat. I like to wait for price to form a couple of waves, especially on the RSI as well. And when there's divergence on the RSI, that is my signal to get out. Alternatively, you can use a trailing stop, whatever floats your boat. Here we are in TradingView looking for some live trades. Here's one. Basically, the RSI starts in the overbought section. By the way, this is the RSI period 4. Starts in the oversold section, goes downwards in a series of higher highs and higher lows until it is in the oversold section a significant distance later. Then it comes back up out of the oversold section and breaches a trend line I have drawn here, which gives us our entry. Now, not the best entry, it is a little bit scary. The stop loss is below the recent low. I kind of feel that was lucky, but as we can see, this goes into a profit. The exit in this particular case was where there was a little bit of divergence on the RSI after it had gone back into the oversold. So I got out here with a 3.5 to 1. This is an example of a short trade. Started in the oversold, went up in a series of waves all the way to the overbought section. The RSI is then moving back out of the oversold section and it breaches a trend line here. Entry is here and then price falls away. I got out on the divergence after another wave had formed, meaning that the take profit was about a 4 to 1 risk reward, which is really good. It's not quite the bottom, but it's pretty good. If you chose to get out on the reverse signal, it's a little bit unclear in this regard, but your entry would be about here, which was actually a really good trade as well now that I'm looking at it in depth. And if you followed through until you got a little bit of divergence, which is that divergence across the RSI here, and there's an over, it's gone and made a new a couple of waves, the exit would have been about there, giving this a 5-to-1 risk to reward, which is awesome. If you're looking for another exit strategy, you could use a simple trend line breach, which would have got you out over here. You could use support and resistance strategies, so when it breaches the latest low, you could get out, which would have been there, or you would have gone and got out there. Either way, all various ways of exiting this trade. There are loads of options. Now, if we move across onto my Euro Yen, I've gone and traded it over a 2-month period with loads and loads of entries. Oops, I didn't mean to move that. So, as we can see, using this strategy, it would get out after the divergence of the RSI and a couple of waves, giving us 1.7 profit. Next trade is 2.5% profit. This one's a tricky one. This one's only 1-to-1. I personally feel you would have got it out break even. The reason in the RSI went overbought and then dropped straight back away. There's no divergence, there's nothing like that. So either a loss or a break even, to be honest, but I left it in there to show you. For this particular trade, unfortunately, you would have been knocked out because this low over here is a little bit less than this low over here. However, it has done, if you made your stop a little bit bigger than normal, than is recommended, you would have actually stayed in. Alternatively, you could have entered again when you realized that the trend line in question still hadn't actually breached, and you could have got in over here for another win and made back your loss. Another entry here, 1.8% profit. Again, a little bit harder on the divergence. You might have got out break even, depending on how long you held it for, but hopefully you were trailing your stop after it made such a big move. On this occasion, it was gone up and you got out on the divergence, which is across here. Divergence across there, which would have been that exit for a 2.3-to-1. On this particular trade, you would have done quite well with a 4-to-1 risk reward, and you would have got out on divergence as well. This one, not quite divergence, but pretty close. You could have got out on the break of the new trend line. This trade is still running. So as you can see on TradingView, this is actually quite a profitable strategy. A very profitable strategy, in fact. As you can see in the background, I'm using Forex Tester to practice trading this strategy to see if I can in fact trade this live. Now, Forex Tester is a program that I happen to really love and enjoy. I find it really valuable for practicing my Forex trading. So I thoroughly recommend it. Allows me to compress months of data into an hour on the weekend. In this particular section, I'm trading the entire month of September. It took me about 20 minutes of trading, so well worth the practice. Now, first up, I don't claim to be a Forex guru. I don't think I'm particularly good at all these trading setups. However, this is my results trading using this strategy on Euro Yen on the 1-hour chart for the month of September. I got 10 trades. I admit I missed a couple. I had 3 losses, 3 break-evens, and 4 wins. My 4 wins gave me 9% profit. My losses, I lost 3% profit. So overall, 6% profit for the one trading pair for the month of September. That is not half bad. I'm actually quite impressed with that. So yeah. Overall, I like this strategy. I find it really useful for finding higher time frame trends and then using a smaller strategy to actually get in and make all the profits. I do find this strategy profitable, however, as my back testing has shown. 6% in the month isn't too bad. Overall, it is a worthwhile strategy to learn and to practice. I do recommend Expert Forex. They are a pretty good YouTube channel. You should go check them out. Either way, thank you very much for checking out my video. I hope that this video will help you earn some money. If you found it valuable, please like and subscribe. It actually means a lot and encourages me to go on and make another video.